This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
This is part 2 of a 2-part episode.
Yeah, even though, I'm probably going to number it as a separate episode.
Why would you do that?
Because, why wouldn't I do it, Chris?
Oh yeah, you're the editor.
I'm the editor. Plus, it makes us look better. Like, shit, these guys have made 35 episodes? It's crazy! Instead of 34.
34 part 2? I see where your head's at, and I accept your argument, and I will let you continue with the 35th episode, titled, We Talk About
A Quiet Place. I think the whole episode, we should just subtitle the whole thing.
That wouldn't be too bad, because then I can watch it on the shitter without feeling weird. Jeez, Chris, you've been in there a while, and all I hear is YouTube videos. I've been pooping! Okay. So, I don't really know where to start with this one, because like, while I've said in our previous episode that I thought Hereditary was the better of the two, I don't want that to imply that this was a garbage movie, okay? Because this was also a fantastic movie, alright? And I'm actually glad that I watched this with John Krasinski before I watched Jack Ryan.
Okay.
Okay? Because, like, he's Jim Halpert, right? So, to see him, okay, he grew a beard, big deal. But to see this movie, what I really, really liked about this movie, and one of the things I really liked about Hereditary, is the way this movie is shot, okay? And this is significant because, Krasinski is the fucking co-writer.
Director.
And the director.
Producer.
I'm not even going to list that one because, anybody can be a producer.
Michael Bay also produces.
See what I mean? Anybody. Literally anybody with a heartbeat can be a producer. Hey, guess what? You're a producer.
Anyone with a big fat check can be a producer.
Yeah. We're producers. We produce content. We're producers.
I want to see if we can win a car while we're on camera.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even do that, actually.
That'd be pretty cool.
Actually, that would be pretty sweet.
Though I'm thinking it's probably Please Play Again. It is Please Play Again.
I got Receiez s'il vous plaît, which is French for Please Play Again.
Oh. All right.
Anywho.
Thanks for that, Tim Hortons.
Yeah, thanks for nothing, really, I guess.
Yeah.
But, so what's incredible is that, so this is first-time director.
Yep.
Okay, and Hereditary, first-time director. And both of these are incredibly confidently shot movies. That's one of the things I said in Hereditary, and this is the same thing. I was amazed at how confident this movie was, the things that he did in this movie, the thoughts, or the things that he showed, like the way he showed everything. And for a movie that intentionally has next to no dialogue, it is incredible watching this movie. When I watched it the first time, I watched it on my phone again, so the subtitles didn't show up. Ooh. So I had no idea what they were actually saying.
Okay.
Unless they said it out loud. However, the way this was shot and the way this family worked together, you're still getting the context of everything. So much so that when I watched it again with subtitles, it wasn't like, oh, I had no fucking clue. It was like, okay, it just added more weight to the scenes, but I was at no point in time was I like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand people who have a hard time with subtitles because like with the signing, when they're signing, there's subtitles, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand that some people that have issues with subtitles because they're like, I find it distracting. Whereas for me, and I'm sure for you to some degree too, because I grew up watching anime and kung fu flicks, so for me it was like, yeah, it's just kind of part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really.
I always watch Crouching Tiger with the subtitles on.
You know what I mean? Exactly. But even I've noticed, like, when it's late at night,
Yeah.
I'll watch Netflix with subtitles on. Because, you know, I don't want to wake up my wife when I'm watching Archer for the millionth time. Because I don't want her to wake up and be like, are you fucking for real? What season? Season 6? Yeah, I thought so. And then I have to be like, but it's the Figgis Agency.
So she just wakes up to you laughing, not knowing what you're laughing at. Therefore, creepy.
Actually, she has...
It's just... Is he just...
She woke up one time and she's just like, yeah, I heard you laughing. And, must have had your headphones on because I said, like, are you up? I didn't hear anything, but I heard you laugh again, and I thought, okay, all right. Can't remember what I was watching for that one, but I was like, I was watching It's Always Sunny. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I started watching it again, and I was just like, oh my god, this is too funny. This is too funny. But anyway, so getting back to that, so I didn't lose any of the context watching this movie without the subtitles. And I gotta say, I was blown away by this movie all the way through. I think the reason why I hold Hereditary higher, though, is because I watched it first. I watched it first, and I'll be honest, with the trailers for Quiet Place, I don't know what I'm saying, the for everything. The Kenneth Lanitzky. The trailers, while they don't give away the entire movie, I guess it's because the way the movie is, you're just kind of like, I think I kind of know what's going on. Mm-hmm. With Hereditary, I had no fucking clue. Yeah. You know what I mean? No. And even, like, there's a bunch of surprises in this movie. At a certain point, I knew how it was going to end. And I was actually disappointed that that's how they ended it. Or no, how the climax was. The actual ending I didn't see coming. But I was still kind of like, I kind of wish we saw, like, an extra 10 minutes or so. Okay. You know? But,
it is relatively short. I mean, it's 90 minutes, which is, I guess, a basic length for a horror film. But you're right. I think it could have another 10.
Another 10, maybe 15.
Stretch it out a little bit more.
You know, but, I mean...
And I'm saying that, too, because I loved it so much, I would have liked to stay in that world another 10, 15 minutes.
And that's exactly it. Like, for me to say that, like, I like Hereditary better, and this movie's so fucking good, though. Like, A Quiet Place is just... And I agree, like, kind of... With Hereditary, my immediate reaction was, I kind of want to see where this goes, but ultimately I don't, because it's not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one, if they did do a sequel, I feel like it would be just as good. Maybe not, like, maybe a little bit less at the least, not as good, but I feel like it would be just as good, and I would be happy to revisit it. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think ultimately at the end, if they did Hereditary 2, the Hereditarian, I would be like,
The Hereditarian.
I don't know what the fuck. I have no fucking idea. But I mean, I think I would be...
Hereditaries.
Yeah, that's right.
There's more than one now.
That's right. And I think I would just be like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that sequel.
That was a dumb idea.
Whereas A Quiet Place 2, A Quieter Place. I think I'd just be like, thank you guys for doing that. I like that.
Well, they're working on it. He's working on the screenplay. It sounds like it's going to follow a new family.
They almost kind of have to.
I love how this movie picks up 89 days into this whole thing going on.
Yeah.
We don't know how these aliens came here. We don't know how they took over everything.
That was one of my favorite parts, too.
Day 89.
It was just day 89, and boom. It's just these people, this family, barefoot, which I thought was a really cool part.
Sand, trail.
There's like all these little things that they're doing, and like you see them barefoot, and you're like, oh, okay. You notice the clothes, you're like, okay, so it's probably fall time. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're in a supermarket. She's grabbing like meds, and everything is very meticulous, very quiet, very like don't want to move anything, and you're just like you're in because you're like, holy crap, like. Whoa. And like you said with the sand trail, just even that. Mm-hmm. Just that extra little bit where you're like, holy shit. And immediately my mind starts going like, the longer this goes, evolution will take over. And now these people will have no need to speak, right? Yeah. They'll have extra better, like their hearing will be better, their eyesight will be better, the pads of their feet will be ridiculous. They'll be more acclimatized to cold. You know, like, that's how my mind is going, and I'm just like, I can't get over this. This is nuts. This is nuts. And what I really like is within 3 minutes, you've established everything you need.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you need.
Everything is there.
Everything is there. I'm trying to remember the trailers for The Quiet Place, and I don't think they showed the monsters, now that I think about it.
No, they show kind of like maybe just like an outline of them as they're running through the bush. Like they didn't actually straight up show them in the trailers.
And even like when you first see it, it's quick, but they give you just enough to go, this is a bonkers design for an alien,
Mm-hmm.
which I really enjoy because like I read a lot of stuff, and one of the things that I've read is when like humans, we always anthropomorphize things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the word. So like that's why like Disney movies, the animals speak like humans or they act like humans, things like that. That's why like when you look at Avatar, they're essentially just taller blue human beings, right?
Yeah.
We always just kind of subconsciously make it so that if Captain Kirk banged a green chick, she's an alien, but she has all the same reproductive organs that that humans would have, right? So it's not really weird when you really think about it. A truly alien thing, you wouldn't be able to have sex with it.
No.
And I hate that that's the term, like the basis for it, but you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't look at it and go, oh, you're pretty much just like me, except you got like a crusted thing on your forehead.
Yeah.
Like Worf from Deep Space Nine and Star Trek: The Next Generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always like when I see bonkers alien designs, then I'm like, oh, like The Arrival, where you're just like,
yes,
wow, that's an alien. That is something that is just incomprehensible
totally from a different world
to the laws of physics that we understand it as, right? A Quiet Place, while yes, is a bonkers design, I feel like it's a bit more of an evolutionary thing.
Yep.
But still,
I love the design. The creature design in this film is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I see kind of a cross between the Cloverfield monster and the Demogorgon from Stranger Things.
Demogorgon was so great.
I love the Demogorgon.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'd actually have to agree. Kind of like Cloverfield /
Because the way it walks, that like gorilla type walk, is just like the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I like that it actually walked like on all fours, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You would never at any point like Alien, and I love Alien. The design is incredible. Makes no sense that it's able to walk on like almost upright like a man
with a head like that,
giant bulbous thing. Like, but it's just it's part of the lore. But the design was incredible. But what I loved was, so weird to say this, but like within 10 minutes, like I said, you set the scene, you set the table, so to speak. This is the world. We're already like 89 days into this world. This is already the ways that we're trying to survive in this world, and everything's quiet. You barely hear anything. And then the youngest kid turns on that shuttle toy.
Oh, that's...
And the second you hear the siren on that thing, you're immediately like, holy fuck. And instantly you start hearing the gallop, and everyone's just like, they're trying to get to him, gone. And they show him getting snatched too. Yeah. They did not shy away from everything. So right away I was like, okay.
So that's what this movie's like.
All right. Yeah. Okay, then they fast forward.
Then they hop to day 472.
Yeah.
She's pregnant now.
She's pregnant.
Emily Blunt's pregnant.
She's pregnant.
I find it funny. I was looking at the cast for this. Every character in this movie has a name and a last name, yet not one of their names is mentioned in the movie.
Actually, that is hilarious.
They could have just went father, mother, daughter.
But what are you going to do, right? Like, because this isn't like a conventional movie where, like, you can't have a scene where I'm talking on the phone and I have to go, hey, brother, John, who I've had my younger brother, John. I haven't talked to you in forever. How is my sister that I haven't seen in forever, Cassandra? So that the audience knows that who I'm talking to is my brother, John. Who's been my brother, and I'm the oldest.
And you have a sister.
And I have a sister.
Yes.
Whose name is Cassandra. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those where when Family Guy pointed it out, I was like, oh yeah, that is the dumbest fucking thing. We never ever noticed it because we're just so used to it.
Yeah.
Right? Because in normal conversation, I would never go, hey, Kenneth, my friend from my entire life.
Yeah.
How are you? And how is your wife, Adrian? Because you are married. You know? Half the time...
It'd be weird if she was my wife and I'm not married.
Half the time, if I'm out in the open and somebody calls me, I'm just like, nope, you can text because nobody else needs to hear this conversation. No, one of these assholes in the bus is just like, oh yeah, everybody needs to hear this conversation. Like, what is... I didn't get a text that said it's important, pick up phone, so I'm not picking up the phone.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. I never picked that up too, but I guess I'm used to just kind of go, you know, it's just, yeah, no names.
Mm-hmm. You rarely say it. John Krasinski is Lee Abbott. Like, I was looking at the character. Emily Blunt is Evelyn Abbott. Millicent Simmons, amazing young actress who's deaf. I'm so happy they hired an actual deaf actress to play it.
That I was surprised by too, and I didn't see that coming because in a movie like this, you could have done it and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. But it is incredible that it's also like a nice little attention to detail that Krasinski was like, oh, we need a deaf girl.
Yeah.
You know?
And the fact that, you know, him and Emily, like, learned sign language, if they didn't already know it.
Yeah.
To, like, it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing...
She was incredible in this movie.
She is so good. Her facial expressions are amazing in this movie.
So good.
Like, right at the bat, when the little kid gets snatched, like, she's standing there having no idea that the shovel's going off behind her, and just she's looking at her parents' expressions like, what's going on? What the fuck?
And then turns around and goes, that's my fault.
Yeah.
I just killed my brother.
Yeah.
And you feel it. I was like, oh, man, I can't get over this. But even just the arguments that she's having with her dad and in sign language.
Yeah.
And the best part is when, like I said, when I watched this, I didn't get subtitles, so I don't know what they're talking about, but I have a feeling I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know? And it was the scene where... It's the scene where Lee takes his son,
Abbott.
Noah.
That's the actor, Marcus.
Oh, sorry. So Lee takes Marcus...
To the river.
Oh, twins. Interesting. No, it's...
No. Noah as Marcus.
Oh, and Kate is Bo. Okay. So Marcus, he takes Marcus instead of Regan. Or Regan. And she's like, I'm the oldest, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's just like, you don't understand type of thing. Takes the kid, the youngest boy now, and I remember just immediately being like, she wants to go, she's the oldest, he says no, and she thinks, it's because I killed my brother, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You don't love me anymore. So then when they have the scene behind the waterfall, where they actually get to speak...
And the boy is telling
And the boy's like, hey, you know, she thinks you don't love her. He's like, that's ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing ever. And you're like, yeah, I know it is, but when you're a kid and you don't think your parents love you...
And the kid says you should tell her that.
Everybody goes, it's dumb, your parents love you. Yeah. But that kid goes... They haven't said it in a while, so you know. So, and I was like, man, like, so good. Emily Blunt.
Oh,
actually, across the board for a movie like this, to say absolutely nothing really. You don't really say much in this movie. To be able to convey so much emotion and a range of emotion.
Yeah.
To be able to tell a story. All of them are incredible. They're all incredible. Like, the fucking scene where the kid is, like, pretending to drive. In the car, in the truck, it's completely silent, doesn't do anything, but he's literally, like, shifting and everything. I was like, man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. And they're soundproof in the place because they gotta make it so that when this baby is born...
Well, yeah.
It doesn't kill everybody because of the noise that this baby's gonna make because it's a baby. Like, I remember they had the scene where the teddy bear's in the box, and then there's the face mask on the teddy bear, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I went, oh yeah, because she's pregnant.
Yep.
So they're going to have to do something if suddenly...
Put a mask on the baby's quiet.
Yeah. Or even just the monsters show up, they have to put this baby away in a spot where it can live.
Yeah.
Without getting killed because it's being a baby.
Putting this baby in a casket.
And then immediately you're like, it's insane that you would actually have a kid during this period of time, because what the fuck, right? But as far as they know, this is it. This is how the world is now, and they're just going to live it for as long as they can until they all die.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feel that even though Krasinski's character is super optimistic, he's constantly trying to make a hearing aid that helps his daughter hear.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly doing this, he feels like that they're going to get out of this on some level. I think they all kind of go like, we are going to die, and it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so good. It's such a good movie.
Krasinski blew me away in this. I mean,
Incredible.
I've seen him in a couple things since The Office, so I've got used now to him being more than Jim.
Right.
Right? Hard to, after 9 years of seeing him play one crazy, sarcastic, goofy character.
What else? What else besides this and Jack Ryan?
13 Hours.
Oh, yes. Actually.
Which he was really good at. And there was
that looked really good.
One other one. But I can't think of it. There's one other one. But yeah, no, I saw this coming out. And it's great, too, because Emily's his wife in real life.
Yeah.
He finished the script. He's like, can you read it and just let me know what you think? And she read it, and she went, I must play this character. He goes, no, it's okay. I don't want you to think you got to play this character because I'm directing. And she goes, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
If you weren't directing this, I still want to play this character.
And I can see exactly why.
Yeah.
Because, like I was saying, like it's incredible the amount of acting that's being done with very little dialogue.
Yeah.
With very little, like, hey, I'm telling you how I feel. It's, I'm showing you how I feel. And even in some of the scenes where they're like, very quietly mouthing the words, that kind of stuff, you're still just like, that's still insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's absolutely nuts, right? But, like, oh, man.
It's just like that, and it's just this one stretch with her. One stretch, like, she's going upstairs with the laundry, pulls the nail thing up, upstairs with the laundry, water breaks, oh my god, goes down, steps on the fucking nail, breaks something, monsters show up. So now she's in pain, in labor, keeping quiet. This thing is there. She's got fear in her face.
When she stepped on the nail, and when they showed the nail, I was like, oh god, that's going to be brutal. That is going to be brutal. And full on just steps right on it, and you're like, oh.
Well in labor.
Oh my god. That whole scene, the labor scene, I was just like, this is so crazy. This is so crazy.
She's in the tub just like, and the monster's right behind her.
First time you actually get a really good look at this monster.
Yeah.
Because up until that point, it was just quick grabs.
Quick flashes.
Because there's the shot of the old dude.
Yeah.
Whose wife is dead.
Yeah, so he screams.
And he loses it. And of course, like, Krasinski's like, but he loses it. And then the monster comes. And I love how quick those monsters come.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they know, like, his board there says there's 3 in the area.
3 in the area.
And they move quick.
And they're moving quick. They're plated, like, armored skin and things like that. What's their weakness? And even just, like, that alone, like, I was just like, man, like, this is, like, there's so much to this that I was like, I can't get over how cool this is.
There's so much with so little.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because there's not a lot going on. Like, it's just a little family on this farm. You have no idea how these things got here.
Exactly.
You have no idea what the rest of the world looks like.
What I also like is how the rest of the world, like even through the newspaper clippings, the rest of the world doesn't know either.
Yeah.
They just kind of showed up, fucked everything up. And I read an article where he was just like Krasinski was like, I just thought the idea of like seeing something in the midst of it where, because like we always watch the movies where aliens show up, aliens attack, and immediately we're like, we know how to fix this.
Yes.
And so when I read that, where he was just like, I'm looking at it like, we just got fucked up because we didn't know how to handle these people. Like these things, these aliens. And I think he hesitated to use aliens, but in any event, he was just like, these things, we just didn't know how to handle them. They just overwhelmed us. We got fucked up, and now it's just the aftermath. And I immediately it reminded me of seminal classic, Reign of Fire, starring Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
And Matthew McConaughey. And Gerard Butler. That's right. The trifecta. I mean, he had a shot, right?
Yeah.
Gerard? He had a shot. Now he just plays a certain type of character.
Yeah.
And good for him.
Good for him.
But I loved that. It's like it reminded me of that because they literally got fucked up. The one dragon showed up, and then the rest of the world just got eaten alive by all the dragons because they didn't know how to handle them. They couldn't. And I was like, yeah, that's actually really, really cool. So I enjoyed that aspect.
We need to do that as an episode, too.
Oh, fuck. That is one where I constantly rewatch, and I am happy to say...
I even put mine in an orange case.
I am happy to say that is... I hate orange, but that is awesome. That is absolutely stellar.
Stellar.
But like,
I love this movie.
I have rewatched this movie several times, and the
Yeah.
last time I think it was like a 5-year window, and I remember thinking like, I don't know if I should rewatch this because I'm afraid that it won't hold up. I'm afraid that I won't like it as much as I did. Happy to say it, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that movie. I don't even care. Like, even the CGI is still actually pretty good for a movie that didn't have a huge budget.
It held up pretty well.
Held up pretty well.
I mean, it blows my mind to think that movie is 17 years old already.
Is it?
Yeah, 2002.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so good. So good. But yeah, so immediately I had that parallel, and I thought that was kind of neat where we get to see it where they're literally like fucked. You know, this isn't like a decade removed.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in the thick of it.
Oh yeah, this
right?
is only 2 months in.
Because like, because Reign of Fire is about a decade later.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Maybe even
10,
a little more,
15.
because he's a little kid.
He's
like
about
a teenager.
13 and he's in his mid... It's about 10, 15.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of like Batman.
Kind of like Batman.
That's actually... I never made that parallel before, but here I am. Fuck, man. When you actually finally see the full-on reveal of those things, gross.
Mm-hmm.
Just gross.
Like the shell, the armored shell opens up and it's all fleshy looking.
Oh, like when they do the ear and they show it just like really deep in her, and I was just like, oh, this is so gross. But it was so well done. Like, what's the scene? Oh, the scene when they fall in the grain elevator. Or the grain container or whatever.
That scene.
And immediately I'm like, oh my god, they're fucking dead. They're fucking dead.
Yeah.
And then it gets in and you're like, oh my god, this is over. And then his hearing reacts with her hearing aid, and they're both just like, But that thing is way worse off than she is. And they're just like, that's the weakness. And I was just like, I love that. I love that because I'm a huge Daredevil fan, and they always say, like, his greatest strengths is also his greatest weaknesses, and you've seen it time and time again where the people that know his strengths use that to fuck with him.
Yeah.
And hurt him, right? I was just like, man, that is so awesome. It's like, all the little things, like, there's so much attention to detail that, like, again, like, I'm trying to, like, not that I'm actively trying to find plot holes or things that don't make any sense, but none of it, at any point in time, you're just like, everything they're doing makes sense.
No, I mean, you could. And the same with Hereditary. You could, like, really
I feel like you could
it
reach. It'd be a reach. Where
and
I'm like,
reach.
I'm like, yeah, but get the fuck out of here.
And my dad watched Quiet Place. He's like, where'd the nail come from? That's stupid. They would have removed the nail. I'm like, how would they remove it without making noise? He would just push it down. She pulled it back up with the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. You just have to pound the nail, and the things are on it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't pound the nail in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, even the physical act of the back and forth, they're going to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're going to hear it. They're going to investigate.
And he's like, okay, well, how about the water part where she's with the baby and then the water starts filling up the basement? Or the little bunker.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's because when he got in there with her and the baby, the monster showed up above them and it was going crazy above them looking for them. Ripped open the pipes.
Yeah. Caused something.
Yeah.
Because I did the same thing. I was like, that seems weird that the water all of a sudden run. But then I was just like, yeah, but anything could have happened up there. We didn't see it.
Yeah. Monster could have done anything. Maybe it heard the water and then hit the pipe.
Yeah. Anything.
Because obviously it doesn't attack by sight. It attacks by sound.
Exactly. You know? And I mean, so yeah, you're right. Like, you could try.
You could try.
I kind of like that you're just like, yeah, Dad? Boom!
Yeah.
Oh, what else? Well, you want to stuff that in the net? Boom! No, you don't.
I just feel bad in this world for the people that rip a fart. Can you imagine farting and now you're
Oh my
dead?
God, that's the way
Like,
you go.
oh, my stomach! Dead.
Yeah, because you have that 3 seconds of farting and going, oh,
yeah,
I feel better now.
I can't make it to the soundproof bunker. Oh no!
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you thought of that. You know, the diarrhea, just that horrible, like, oh God, the gurgle. The gurgle is what kills you.
Oh yeah.
That's probably how.
Or you sneeze. Oh.
Yeah, like all these things.
Damn my allergies. Why they gotta be out right now?
Nuts. But yeah, so the grain part I thought was crazy. The grain part led into, like I said, where I called the ending, and I was like, I really don't want this to happen. Or the climax, I should say. I really did not want the climax to be the father showing he loves his kids, especially his oldest daughter, by screaming out loud and getting the monster away from them.
Holy shit, did that pull on the heartstrings.
Yeah.
Because right before he went out there, his wife said to him, you gotta protect them.
Exactly.
You have to protect our kids.
Which, actually, on the one hand, I was like, yeah. And then the other hand, I was like, why would you fucking say that? Like,
yeah. Well, he protected them, and then he's dead.
You know the monsters you're dealing with, right? Like, are you serious? Yeah. Like,
clearly. But he was already fucked. I think got him in the stomach there.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But holy shit, like when he's looking at his daughter and she's looking at him, and then before he even starts doing anything, she automatically knows what he's about to do.
Exactly, and I mean,
and it's just like, and you see the build up on both their faces, and you're like, oh my god.
He does the "I love you," and it's a great scene.
And it's a haunting scream too.
Oh, because it's the same scream that the old guy did.
Yeah, like he built it. He's been building it up, and
yeah, well. And
I'm getting a little teary-eyed
when
right
the
now,
old guy did it, when the old guy did it, and it was a scream that you didn't expect, you were like, well, yeah, because you don't have that release.
Yeah.
You don't have that release. You don't have the ability to just
got all this pain in you right now.
You know? Yeah. You know, what's one of my favorite lines? Fuck the world for all it's worth. Every inch of planet Earth, right? What's that? Yeah, that's a Pantera quote, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Fuck myself, don't get involved. Anyway, so like, I was disappointed that it was a telegraph scene, and it did take away because I really, like, the scene itself is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just one of those where I literally kind of went, that's how you tell your daughter you love her. Like, it was when he got hit. When he got hit, I was like, yeah, called it. It's over. You know? But it still didn't make the ending any less amazing.
Yeah.
Because that was a fucking incredible ending. Because, like, at this point now, she's had 2 altercations with this thing, and both times they're both getting messed up because of the hearing, or the sound wave clash or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, all right. And when they get to, like, her workshop, and she sees all the...
Yeah, because he's never let her go down there. So when she goes down there and sees that, here she thought he didn't love her anymore.
And now she sees that...
all he did was love her.
All he did was trying to make it so that she could hear, so that she could live longer than she should in this scenario. And then I was just like, oh my god, see, like, that's crazy. I think, like, if they didn't have that scene, then his sacrifice scene wouldn't have been as powerful. Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh man, like, that's so great that she got to see it. But then, when they got to use it to kill the thing, I was like, yes, fucking right. And that's why I'm saying, like, if we had another 15 minutes where they clean up the area, because it shows, I think, 3 actually coming.
Well, it's 3. It shows 2.
Yeah, that's right.
It shows 2 in the neighborhood. They took the one out, so the 2 other 2 are charging in.
They are clipping.
Because, I mean, she shot the shotgun too, right?
That's right.
That's going to bring them running.
Yeah, exactly. Shot the shotgun. But I was like, man, just to see them clean up that area and then hopefully be able to tell other people, that would have been I would have been like, holy fuck. But then it would have put it in a position where now you don't really need a sequel, because realistically, the way they end it, you have a pretty good idea they get out of it okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like,
you know, they make it like, when she cocks it, I was like, well, it's over.
Yeah.
But...
Though, it would have been nice to see them take out the 2 and then her to look at her kids and they talk.
Exactly. So...
Because there's no fear left.
Yeah, so
I mean, I still love the ending. I love the ending because you know how those other 2 running in are dead as... Yeah.
It's still like, because you're pumped. Like, and the flip side is with Hereditary, you're like, holy fuck, this is a horribly bleak ending. Mm-hmm. This one, it's a, fucking right.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's a little bleak because it's sad that Dad's gone.
It's bleak in the sense that, you know, but you knew that someone was going to die.
But they got new life, right? They got the
baby. Knew that someone was going to die because they killed the kid off in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you see the
They
kid,
killed the youngest kid just like that. They didn't kill the kid who was already sick.
so right away you're like, well, no one's safe.
No one's safe, you know. I at first I thought she gives birth and gets killed. You know? I thought that was going to be one of the moves that they would have made.
Yeah, let's go back to the birth scene. So,
holy fuck!
So, John Krasinski's come back to the sun. They see the red lights on.
Yeah.
That means she's in labor, right? She clicks. He's like, oh my god. And then he sees the monsters. And he tells this kid, you gotta go do the fireworks.
Exactly.
And when the fireworks start going off, and she just finally lets out the, it's just like,
yeah.
Oh, man. Like,
I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine stepping on the nail.
Yeah.
And being like, doing everything I could not to speak, right? I couldn't imagine that. And just like I couldn't imagine giving birth. That pain. Mm-hmm. And I'm not equating that to stepping on a nail. Just so we're clear, the 4 female viewers that we have, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, I won't equate that to that. I just couldn't imagine just doing it like a Scientologist. A silent birth. Which is insane. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely insane. It's different if you have to do it to survive.
Yeah.
You know, those parameters, I would do my best to do it. But like, but yeah, when she lets out that scream, when she finally gets to let it out, you're just like, oh boy.
And his face when he gets out there and just sees the bloody tub.
I know. I was like, oh my god, this is fucked. And I knew she wasn't dead, and I knew the baby was there. Yeah. But the other part, I love how it leads into the scene where the basement's filling up, and that thing is in there with her, looking around. Like, at one point when it dives under the water, I was like, that seems weird that a thing that primarily hears would go underwater. But then I was like, yeah, but I guess at this point it's going to bump into something and just gut it. Whenever it hits, it's going to be like...
And, maybe they came from the water.
Maybe they came from the water.
We don't know where they came from.
But also their hearing is going to be so good that they would hear under the water. Because you can hear under the water.
Oh, easily. You can hear movement.
You can hear people
Hence
going
why
like this.
When she gets to the baby box, it just stands up right there.
Just like, but that part was like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. And then when she backed up into the part where it's coming down, I was just like, oh. I know you're not 100% safe, but I can breathe a little bit better knowing that you're behind the water. But I was still just like, it was so good. So suspenseful.
So suspenseful. Edge of the seat the whole hour and a half.
Even the second time I watched it, even the second time, and I was still just like, oh, yeah, I forgot that this movie still's like, no, you're going to watch this.
Yeah.
You're not going to be looking at your phone. Like,
Yeah, I saw this in the theater, and then I watched it again last night, and I didn't look at my phone once. It grips you. Like,
the second time around, I was starting to do it because, you kind of get in the habit of doing it. But after, I think, once they killed the kid right away, I was just like, oh, yeah, I forgot. This is one of those movies.
I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just, so good. So good. I wish I was there when your dad was like, what about the nail? How is he going to get rid of it?
I couldn't believe they were watching it, too. He's like, oh, I'm going to go watch Quiet Place. I'm like, what? Yeah, my mom was going to be jumping and punching my dad the whole time watching it. So that's what she does when she jumps. She punches the person beside her.
That's got to be painful.
Yeah.
She can punch.
Oh, yeah.
She can fucking punch. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she can punch. Megan can punch, too.
Oh, Megan's got a good punch.
She's got a punch.
Bony little knuckles.
I remember, actually, she was one of the few girls that I saw growing up that didn't punch like this. You know how, women do that weird punching thing?
Yeah, where it kind of hurts the wrist a little.
Where you're literally no one showed you how to punch.
Yeah.
She's locked wrist and just bam, 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 bam. It's like, God, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Or someone who doesn't know how to punch.
Michelle does the straight wrist punch.
Yeah?
Yeah. But, that was a nice little tangent.
Yeah, sound editing,
unbelievable. You would think that a movie with not much sound would be like, but the sound editing is amazing in this. Especially the way it flows with the score.
What I like is when you do hear sound, And there's certain things too, like when they're walking in the forest. Every other movie, when you're in the forest, you hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Animals. You don't hear any of that.
Yeah.
You know? I think the argument could be made, like if they had birds, you could say, well, the birds fly. Birds have nests up high. We have no indication that these things can climb trees.
Mm-hmm.
But no other animals. Like, I've never seen a movie where they're strolling in the forest just kind of like, no guns, no knives, no nothing. Because why would they worry about anything? Everything's already been cleared out by these things.
Yeah.
But when the sound does hit,
yeah,
it throws you because you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Especially when it involves Regan, because when it's someone else's point of view, you get like this static silence. Like it's quiet, but it still has that sound is still there. But
that's right.
Her is just
nothing. Absolutely.
When they go from her point of view.
Yeah. That I remember the first couple times that they did that. I remember just being like, oh right, yes, it would be from her perspective.
Yeah.
And then when they do that ear splitting sound, you're just like, oh, but I can only imagine how bad it would be for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but absolutely incredible movie.
I love this movie. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorite movies last year. I give it 5 out of 5. I loved every second of it.
I gave both of them 5 out of 5s. 5 Christians out of 5s. I mean, I just like Hereditary more. That's it. Neither one is better in any way, shape, or form. Because, like, I mean, all the positives that I said about Hereditary, I've already said about this movie, you know?
Yeah.
Just, I gotta say, like I said, this is 2 movies with 2 first-time directors, and they're just like, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, even if there was a bit more of a... I feel like if there was any sort of studio pushback, it would be in A Quiet Place. Because that was a bit more of a polished studio movie.
Yes, absolutely.
But even then, for them to still be able to say, well, that's pretty much my movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there was a couple of changes, it wasn't... I don't feel like if there was any changes, it wasn't like, some marketing exec said we need this, and that's why we have this. You know when you watch a movie and you're just like, this is why we have this, because a committee said we need all these things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was just a tight, short movie, told the story it needed to tell, left you wanting more. Like you said, the fact that they're doing a sequel, and they are potentially with a different family, could go either way, but I have no reason to doubt them. I trust that this will still be a really good movie. John
Krasinski's writing it. If he's writing it, he's not sure if he's going to return to direct, but he's doing the screenplay. Mm-hmm. That's enough for me.
I would actually, if he signed on to do the directing again, then I'd be like 100% this will be great.
Yeah.
You know, because just because he wrote it doesn't mean they have to use that script the way it was written. Whereas if you're the director as well as the writer, chances are, you know.
I don't know how it'll play out. Like they could go anywhere.
They could literally go anywhere.
The first few days, like before
they could do like the first. They could do like a prequel, so to speak.
That'd be the only way
they could
for
do
him
that.
to come back and star again.
But if you're going to do another family, then why do it that?
Right.
Why do that? Why have him show up? Because then it sort of robs it from the other family's perspective, right? Mm-hmm. You want to get emotionally invested in this family. You don't want to be like, oh, hey, that's cool, that family. But yeah, Jim Halpert's back! Woo! You know what I mean? He's got a little bit thinner beard because it's a different time period, but yes! You know?
Yeah. Will it take place in a different city? Maybe they'll follow one of the families where he lights the torch and you see all the torches light up.
Something that or somehow like if they do some sort of a link where you have the family hearing, what is it, Evelyn saying, "Hey guys, hearing. If you fuck with their hearing, you can kill them." Then I would be like, okay, because then that's literally all you need.
Yeah.
You have that little bit where you go, that's how they know. That's how they know how to do it, right? That would be great. But I'm a little torn, even though I'll liken this to The Last of Us. The Last of Us, amazing video game story. Mm-hmm. Gameplay is really great. Nothing game-changing about the gameplay.
Same gameplay as Uncharted. If you like that, then you'll like that.
Yeah, exactly. But the story was so crazy awesome that I could replay that game a million times and be so good. Whereas when they originally started talking about Last of Us 2, I was like, yeah, but how can you really do it? And they're like, yeah, but we're picking it up after that, the ending, and I'm like, yeah, but I almost wish, because originally they talked about, yeah, if we do a sequel, we'll probably look at someone else. It'll be from a different person's perspective, right? I was like, okay, well, I guess that would be the only way to really do it. But even then, I was kind of like, but again, what's the point?
Yeah.
Because you're kind of just doing the same story, just with new characters that I'm supposed to care about. And I might, but I might not.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, well,
now they're doing it Ellie.
Now I'm like, yeah, but yeah. Actually,
but I'm still kind of like the gameplay. The gameplay trailer they showed really didn't do anything for me.
It did it for me
because it was all humans, and I'm like, now I feel like we're getting the Walking Dead territory where the creatures don't matter anymore.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from,
and that's why I was playing it to begin with.
But I kind of liked the change, but I guess part of it is just the gameplay trailer is awesome.
Yeah,
like how seamless it is to literally be like crouch running up, grab this, throw that, buddy reacts,
drop that,
drop him, and then pick this up because you don't want to leave a mess.
Yeah,
all the while taking out all these people before anyone knows you're there. I was like, man, this is crazy cool. Like that's that's the kind of stealth that they were trying to push in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, they kind of did with Uncharted 4, and that's what I felt like. I felt like I was just watching Uncharted 4 reskinned.
Oh, yeah, and I haven't played Uncharted 4 yet.
I'm starting to feel like Naughty Dog is a great storyteller, but gameplay-wise, they're kind of a one-trick pony.
Well, I mean, I remember when I played Uncharted, I loved the story.
Yeah.
The gameplay was terrible. Like, the puzzle solving and the platforming was impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual combat was painful.
Yeah, you get stuck in a wall and...
Or even just in the opening sequence on the pirate boat, and you have to, like, fight these pirates while figuring out the aiming mechanics, and it was terrible. I died a bunch of times, and I shouldn't have. It was the opening sequence of the fucking game.
Plus, that came out at the beginning of the PS3 when they were trying to push their tilt technology.
Oh,
so there's a whole bunch of that friggin' shit.
I remember that, and that's probably what fucked me up the most.
Yeah.
But then when I played the second one, where the combat got better, in fact, a lot better, I still did shitty sneak attack mechanics. I remember that one. It wasn't as good for sneak attacks. Like, you sneak attack one guy, but everyone knows you're there anyway?
Yeah.
Was that the second one, or was that still the first one? Might have been the first one.
Oh, wow.
Second one, the gameplay overall just got better, but the story was still, for the most part, really good. For the most part.
And then you get number 3, which was a masterpiece.
Third, yeah. Gameplay.
Story and gameplay.
Gameplay was amazing.
Number 3 is so good.
Like, you could actually stealth areas if you were smart about it. Like, if you actually planned it, you could stealth an area. And I remember being like, yeah, this feels like something he would be doing.
Yeah.
Because why would he want to take 1,000,000 bullets in the face?
Why not?
I have infinity lives.
I'll kill this guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to go into the logistics of an archaeologist actually being okay killing everybody, but whatever. But you can kill that guy, and if you kill enough before they see you, you've thinned out the herd nicely, which is ideally what most stealth game players do. For me, so.
Yeah.
But, I could see the one-trick pony stuff, actually. I really could see the one-trick pony, because I remember Crash Bandicoot. I didn't like the first one. I liked the second one, but I absolutely loved Crash Warped.
Yeah.
That was the pinnacle.
I couldn't get into Crash. I was like the gameplay bear in Spyro, and if I was going to platform on PlayStation, I was on Spyro.
I absolutely loved Spyro. Spyro was the best of the early bunch, for sure.
And then Jak and Daxter came out, and it was awesome platforming, but gameplay-wise, it was a lot of like Crash Bandicoot. You were still doing a spin and everything.
Yeah, but that might be why I really liked Jak and Daxter, though.
Yeah.
Really liked Jak and Daxter.
Right, and I love Jak and Daxter. I thought that was okay, it's a perfect amount of this, but I love this new world.
The story was awesome.
And then Insomniac did Ratchet and Clank.
Which I never played.
And Naughty Dog went, oh, you can do a platforming with shooting? boom, Jack 2 is a shooter.
Oh man, and it was hard. It was hard.
I feel like they mimic and then they try to perfect. Like Uncharted is 100% Gears of War off Xbox. The cover system and everything, the shooting.
Really? Eh?
Oh, 100%.
Huh.
They even admit it. They admit that 2 months or 3 months before Uncharted came out, it had a totally different gameplay system.
That's hilarious.
They re-rigged everything to make it play like Gears.
Wow.
And then Last of Us is just growing off of that.
Oh yeah.
They added a bunch of stuff for Uncharted 4, and now this is just Uncharted 4.
I can see what you're talking about, because even I always say this whenever I talk about The Last of Us. I always say, like, gameplay wise, it's exactly like all the other games around that area.
Yeah. Because
you have your crafting. You know, and I'll give them credit. It makes sense within the confines of the world. Yeah, it makes sense. You grab this, put this together. Yeah. So the crafting, because not everything that I played had crafting, I was like, okay, this is neat. This is all right. It does get a little broken though when you figure out to make the the Molotov cocktails. Yeah. The cans. The nails and shit. The nails. Yeah. Once you make those, then you just farm stuff for that.
That's all I did. I had so many of those, and that's all I did.
Yeah. I'd go for bullets. I'd go for arrows, because I did really like the arrow system. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just like, why would I craft all this shit when I just craft this stuff? Because I remember the first time you fought the big, huge puker. Yeah. And he was so incredibly hard in the gym. Mm-hmm. And you were like, holy shit. Because you had to run up, fire, back off before he kills you, right? But then I remember I was later on in the other school. Yeah. And he's literally like right there. And I just went, dead. One shot. I was like, okay, craft all of those. That's it. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. So then later, towards the end, where now you're fighting off that horde and they're coming at you up to the upstairs area, I would just wait till you got close. Wait till you got close. You know? Yeah. Figure out where to bottleneck them and then just go from there. But like I said, nothing game-changing about the... So, story. It makes sense that they're literally just like, this is what you guys are doing? We'll do the same thing, we'll just make it better. Yep. To their credit, they're doing it. Mm-hmm. You know, but... Interesting.
That's a nice little video game tangent.
Yeah. We're dorks.
They're dorks.
Or geeks?
Some would say geeks.
Some would say geeks. Yep. I've also heard some say nerds. But I disagree with that, because we're not smarter. We're smart in the comic books and the video games and all that other stuff. We're not like I couldn't tell you anything after 0.314 what the rest of pi is. You know? Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I could talk about my thoughts on time travel, but if you talk about physics, I'm like, can we talk about anything else? Yeah. Can we talk about boobs, please?
You're a nerd.
Yeah, you're a nerd.
I'm a geek.
Yeah. Okay? I like geek because it implies that I'm into this kind of shit, which I am. Yeah. Nerd implies that I could be into this kind of shit, but I'm also into a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm into the stuff that explains superheroes. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I've read a couple physics books for superheroes. And even those ones...
Not the real world stuff at all.
Even those books, I was like... It's a cool read, it was interesting, but I'd never go back to it. Yeah. You know? Because, like I said before, it's all... You have to accept part of the premise for the rest of it to line up. Like, you have to accept that a guy like the Flash could exist. After that, the science all maps out. It all makes sense based on that, as long as you can get to that point. So. In conclusion, Quiet Place, amazing.
Amazing. Loved it. Watch it. I'm sure most people have watched that already. I feel like more people have probably seen that in Hereditary.
Yeah.
But watch for both. Sure. 100% watch both. And Chris, Quiet Place features monsters, and that's a good segue, like I said, or Monster March, right? Right?
Did you say that's a good segue?
It is. Lead right into our big announcement of Monster March.
I mean, I'll say that it's a segue.
It's a good one.
I don't know.
Monsters.
Wait, what'd you say?
Monsters.
I thought you said Monsters Funsters. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Maybe I need a hearing aid.
Funsters.
Monster March, I'm actually excited for Monster March.
I am too. I love giant monsters.
I know when you were like, well, we could also do Monster May. I was like, no, let's do Monster March.
Monster March sounds better. Like they're literally marching
We could-
on buildings.
We could probably do Netflix Marvel May.
Marvel May. Marvel May do what? Huh?
Cancel all our shows.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Monster March. I'm pretty pumped about this.
Yes. We're gonna talk Cloverfield.
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
What else we can talk about?
We got a lot of big monster movies, but we're picking four. We're picking four because
There's so many.
there's so many.
But I kind of like the
we're
idea.
leaving my favorites for later, I think. But we're doing Troll Hunter.
Yeah.
Totally underrated.
could
Amazing
not-
Troll Hunter.
I could not do that without doing Troll Hunter.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Host.
Cloverfield, I'm literally doing partly because I've only watched it the one time.
Okay.
I've only watched it the one time, and I really liked it
Mm-hmm.
because it was like everything's found footage. Everything's found footage. So I was like, yeah, that's great. That was awesome. I don't need to watch anything else.
Yeah.
Troll Hunter was incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I was blown away by it. And then, you mentioned The Host.
The Host, an amazing South Korean monster
Oh.
movie.
Oh.
So good.
One of those movies where they started to make people go, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
People in South Korea make movies? And they're like this? Okay, sign me up. Which I thought was great. And then, and there's no particular order. I Kill Giants.
Yeah, wonderful little gem from last year.
Man, I actually watched it on Netflix as on a whim. And was like, very nice.
Very good.
Yes, very good.
Very good indeed, yes.
Yeah.
We are going to do the Godzilla movies eventually, but I think we'll do that closer to that.
Is that your favorite one you were alluding to?
Well, my favorites, my two big ones would be King Kong, 1933 and 2005. Love them both. And Pacific Rim.
I thought you were going to say Godzilla 2001. Or 2000? It was Godzilla.
1998.
It was 1998?
Zilla.
Oh, yeah, because the sequel was Godzilla 2000.
Yep.
That's right. Zilla?
Zilla.
Why are you saying Zilla?
That's why everyone calls him Zilla. They're like, he's not a god, he's just Zilla.
Who the fuck said that?
Godzilla fans. Like, of the Toho movies? Yeah, they call him Zilla.
Oh.
In fact, Toho even calls him Zilla. They put him in one of their movies. And he gets murdered in a second. What movie was that? It was the one after Godzilla 2000. Final Wars or something?
That is awesome.
Godzilla's
I'm going to YouTube that just to see that because that's hilarious.
Godzilla's ripping up shit, and then Zilla just shows up, runs to him, gets bitch slapped. Yeah, watch the clip. So funny.
I will admit, when you said Zilla, I thought, like, are religious people really getting on it?
No.
Where they're like, hold on, no, Zilla, because nobody's God but God.
Yeah. He's just a Zilla.
But Toho fans, okay, I can see why they would say he's just Zilla. That's fine. Because I remember I even watched that cartoon that was based off that, and that was hard to watch.
No, I didn't mind the 98 film because, I wasn't really a big Toho fan. I love 1954's Godzilla. It's brilliant. It's amazing. But I feel like everything just got too silly after that.
You know what? Like, Godzilla was one of those movies where you watch when they're on type of thing. Like, I watched the original and was blown away by how great the original was. Especially because you're like, it's nuts, the special effects. Like, the things that they're doing.
What they did? Amazing.
And then I've watched, like, a smattering of them from time to time. I was never, like, a huge Toho fan.
Yeah.
So I do like the 98 one. It's one of those where, like, I know it's a bad movie, and I can watch it.
But it's fun.
And I can tell you why it's a bad movie. I like the design of him. I actually do like the design of him. I like it because it does look like an American Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it and go, that's their Godzilla.
I think it gets so much hate because it's called Godzilla. If it was called anything else, it was just a giant monster
100%.
movie. People would be like, that's a great giant monster
It's like
movie.
Bourne Legacy.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not necessarily a bad movie.
No.
But it's a bad Jason Bourne movie.
If it was called anything else.
Anything else. You know?
Like,
Anything else.
Get crossed.
Yeah, exactly. I actually think that's not bad for a sequel.
Don't cross.
These are all terrible taglines
Yes.
for a poster.
Cross is a big cross.
They thought they would get away with it, but they didn't realize they crossed Alex Cross. Or is it Aaron? It's Aaron Cross, because Alex Cross is that other Tyler Perry vehicle. Or no, they tried it with Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
They tried to make him an action star with Alex Cross.
Nah.
Let's get the guy that dresses up like Medea.
Yeah, it would be great if we replaced Morgan Freeman with the Medea guy.
Yeah. Hey, could you do like 4 push-ups and then we'll just tell everybody you're an action star?
I even watched that. Like Matthew Fox was in there as the bad guy, and I like Matthew Fox.
I didn't
and even then, I was like,
I didn't even watch the movie. I didn't even care. I didn't even care how ripped and in shape he got for the movie. I was like, no thanks.
Yeah, I didn't care enough to find out that.
But anyway, so like I said, I will watch Godzilla '98 version all day long.
Yeah.
The remake is so good though.
Oh yes.
Oh, and
we will chat the remake before the new one. So, anyways, that is A Quiet Place, and
hold on.
Oh, yes,
on.
yes. Okay,
This is interesting. I gotta tell you because this is the first I've heard of this.
Really? It's funny. Okay, so people
Before we go.
Okay, so people are talking about we're gonna get a younger Batman in the Batman,
Yeah,
right?
recasting Batman.
Fleck is gone.
We have to recast Wolverine. You have to.
People are talking Robert Pattinson. Now, automatically you're thinking the sparkly vampire from Twilight, and that's bad. With all the makeup, you're like Batman. No, you watch him in anything else afterwards. He's got the chops. I think he could probably pull it off. I'm not so sure about the Bruce Wayne aspect like you said.
It's
but I can see him in the cowl.
What it is for me is not so much the portrayal of Bruce Wayne or Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And my reasons are because he's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's not terrible by any means.
No.
Okay?
No.
And like I had said about Batman, you could just put him in the costume. He doesn't have to, because it's Batman, he doesn't actually have to do any training. He doesn't have to do any of the fight scenes. It can all be stunt doubles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't even have to get in shape because it's the nature of the costume. You know, like Brandon Routh had several different Superman costumes with several different paddings based on what he was going to be doing in that scene.
Yeah.
Okay? Not that he wasn't in good shape. He was in good shape. He got in good shape, but he didn't get in Henry Cavill shape.
No.
You know? Michael Keaton got in shape for the movie, but he didn't get in Christian Bale shape. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Granted, we're in a different time period, but you could go that route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what it is visually, he doesn't look like Bruce Wayne to me.
No.
He looks too otherworldly. Sorry.
But I mean,
he looks like he plays.
He usually has like the spiky type of hair, right?
It doesn't even. I'm not even talking about that part. I'm just talking like visually. He looks like he would play a vampire better than he would play a weirdo billionaire who fights crime as a ninja bat.
I can tell you already, he doesn't play a vampire very well.
Well, that's partly because the vampires in those movies aren't really vampires.
No.
You don't sparkle in the sunlight, you die. And it's horribly painful. Okay? It's kind of like you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Has to be a huge trade-off. But
so we'll see how that plays out.
If it happens, I don't think it's going to happen.
If it comes down to him and Armie Hammer, though, it better be Pattinson.
Oh, man. Why would it come down to those two?
Because they're talking Armie Hammer.
Why?
I know.
Why is that even still a conversation about Armie Hammer, ever?
How do we get Batman to just be a giant, huge douchebag?
I'm sorry. How do you get Ben Affleck? Okay? Mm-hmm. I'll give you this. Following Christian Bale was going to be really hard. Mm-hmm. Especially the ending it with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay? Levitt? It's Levitt. That's right. Yeah, because he's not...
There's a couple teasers. You got to pronounce it.
He's not related to Eugene, so...
No.
Especially because they teased that he was going to follow in the footsteps and be Batman. Yeah. And I don't care what anybody says. It wasn't Nightwing. It wasn't Robin. It was Batman. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, you had those two things to overcome. They go with Ben Affleck. And he's not my favorite Batman. But he's not a terrible Batman. Mm. He's actually... He does the best he can with the script that he's given.
That's the thing. I think he's probably the best Batman. Unfortunately, he has some of the worst scripts.
The stuff that he did in Batman v Superman in that last fight scene, where it's very much Arkham City, Arkham Asylum inspired, that is the coolest fight scene, even though he's killing everybody. That's the coolest fight scene I've ever seen in a Batman movie, and we should see more of that. Okay? However, he's, in my opinion, not as good as Bale. But they had a really hard, like a large hurdle to overcome. So Ben Affleck, great actor. Good, in my opinion, a good to great Batman. An alright Bruce Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a lot better. But again, script. We're talking script and the direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was given this to read.
Yeah.
He was told to do that. He did those things. Okay? Pattinson and Armie Hammer are horrible follow-ups to this. And I'm not saying that based on the fact that I don't like them in any... Armie Hammer, I'm not a big fan of. I've never seen him in anything where I was like, you're really good.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good actor, and, I mean, I don't really like him as a person either on social media.
It depends. Like, yeah, exactly. He just doesn't seem like a
I
good
don't
person.
like
Not
him.
that that's
I don't like him.
necessarily what you need to do to be Batman, but I mean, if those are the two that it comes down to, it's Pattinson by default, and that's terrible. That is not good, you know. But having said that, who would you cast for Batman?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm still on this. I don't want anyone else. I want more Ben Affleck.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly
it's
how
hard
I feel
for me
with
to
Superman.
think about who should be Batman when I'm like, Affleck shouldn't be done yet.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't feel like it's okay for them to leave just yet.
Yeah, and they could do the Batman with a younger Batman, and we're doing the whole Joker thing where now we got two guys playing the Joker.
But now they're saying it might not actually be the Joker, and you're like, well, then what the fuck is the point?
I still think we should get, even though Justice League was not a success, I still want Justice League 2.
Yeah.
I still want Affleck in there.
I do think we're going to get a Justice League 2.
I do, but I think it's going to be later, and it's going to be,
yeah,
you know,
yep,
just Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Trench hanging out together.
Hold on, Shazam.
Shazam.
Yeah, we'll actually go. Jokes on you. He's in this world.
We got to see how Shazam is first.
But again, like, because I feel the same way. I haven't really mentally cast the guy because I don't. But I can tell you, I don't see either of those guys at all.
Yeah, I am.
It seems like Warner Brothers' like go-to guy is Armie Hammer because at one point he was supposed to be Superman.
And then Green Lantern there.
Green Lantern and
now
Batman.
we're talking like Batman. Just be someone.
Anybody, we really like you. And it's like, why? What has he done that makes you think?
It's just like, well, we're going to recast Wonder Woman with Armie Hammer.
Like, I'll say this. When they cast Ben Affleck, while I wasn't one of the guys that was like, yeah, this is awesome, I was also not one of the guys who was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, man.
I was like, well, because everyone was on the whole Geely kick still, for some reason.
Which is ridiculous.
It was like 15 years ago.
Because didn't he, like, literally do Gone Girl Gone?
Ben Affleck is going to be Batman.
Gone Girl, and then it was like they cast him as Batman?
Yeah. Argo, The Town, like... He's been making some damn good movies the last few years.
He's been making some damn good movies his entire career.
Yeah.
They just focus on the one or two things he did that was terrible.
Yeah, from like a half a lifetime ago.
But anyway.
Okay, so the other one on the list here, which you said you haven't heard of.
Nope.
Now, Daniel Radcliffe was doing this thing, I think, for IGN, where you read a bunch of Google searches.
Okay.
It says, will Daniel Radcliffe, and then he reveals what it says after.
Okay, yeah.
So
I've seen that,
like, will Daniel Radcliffe, revealed it, play the next Wolverine? And then he went, And he kind of went, no, yeah, I'm doing it, right? And then I was thinking about, and he was joking, but I was like, he's 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him play some scruffier, way different characters than Harry Potter the last couple of years. Anyone can bulk up. Hugh Jackman bulked right up for Wolverine. He was a skinny runt when he started.
Oh, I know.
So
I actually think it's hysterical, like, when you look at him in X-Men, and then you look at him in X-Men 2, and you're just like, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
That's the same fucking guy? But then you look at him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and you're like, what the fuck? But, yeah.
MCU, Disney is going to recast Wolverine.
They have to.
It's going to happen. Hugh Jackman's done.
They have to.
They're going to want someone younger that can carry it for a while.
I'm still Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's too old, and he's doing Venom now. He's not much younger than Hugh Jackman. And I mean...
Hold on. He's not... How old is he? He's in his 40s?
He's our age. He's going to be 40 by the time they do a Wolverine movie.
Yeah, because now we're looking at a franchise for Venom, so he's locked up.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I mean...
I'm not against with the Radcliffe, though.
I'm honestly not against it. And then this...
I'm not necessarily sold, just so we're clear. Like, all the things that you're saying, I'm like, check. I get all that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily sold.
I wish I wasn't shooting with my phone right now so I could show you a concept piece. There's a graphic designer online called Boss Logic. You ever heard of him?
Nope.
He does concept art with fan castings as the actual characters.
That's kind of neat.
And he did this one of Daniel Radcliffe.
I'll Google it when I get home.
It's actually pretty good looking. And he's got, like...
My hesitation isn't the visual.
Yeah.
It's not the visual, because I'm the guy that was like, oh, Hugh Jackman is 5'10"?
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get a shorter guy to be...
6'2".
He's 6'2".
Yeah.
That's right.
He's
He's 6'2",
foot
because
than
what's his face? Tyler Mane was like 6'7".
Yeah.
That's right. But I remember being like, yeah, but no, one of the things is that Wolverine is a shorter guy.
And for 20 years, that's all comic fans have bitched about. It's the height of Wolverine.
And it's still...
Not that he's giving the best performance ever as Wolverine.
It's still one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I love Hugh Jackman. I love his Wolverine.
Yeah.
I love almost everything that they've done with that character. And even just like the reverence that he still has for that character, I think is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's 5'3" in everything other than the movies. So I'm just kind of So him being 5'5", I like that.
He's 5'5".
And yeah, he can bulk up.
He's young. He can bulk right up.
He can bulk up.
And
it's just
I'll
have to see the visual. And even like I'm not even questioning his pedigree. It's just I don't know if I see it though. That's the only thing.
At first I didn't. I was like, come on now. And then I thought about it. I'm like, he's got the acting chops. He's a really good actor. I've watched him do a few different movies the last few years, and he can act his ass off now. Like Harry Potter is in the past. I don't see Harry Potter when I look at him anymore.
Yeah, but I've never been one of those guys that's been hung up on those things.
Yeah.
Like I can understand why people get like that, but I've never been one of those guys. Just I guess because that's just me. But whatever.
Yeah.
I don't see it right now, but I'll Google that.
So
that
like,
image, and I'll see
he's
that.
He's in his early mid-20s right now, so he'd be close to 30 by the time a new Wolverine got going. He's good for a good 12 to 15 years, probably,
depending on how long they go with it.
So I don't know. We'll
definitely see.
That's what they're talking about.
Right.
That's just rumors.
That's not the worst news, though.
We don't have an idea.
That's not the worst news. They didn't suddenly go, well, it's between Radcliffe and Armie Hammer.
Yeah. Well, the other one going around is Zac Efron. But again,
I would take Radcliffe over Efron.
I think I would too.
Because I actually think Efron would be the perfect Nightwing.
Yeah.
I think
visually
he would
build everything.
Visually, like when I was watching Baywatch, and yes, I watched Baywatch, and hold on, I enjoyed it for what it was.
For what it was, yeah.
But I also you look at the trailers, and I don't know why anybody thought it was going to be anything different. Mm-hmm. The trailers told you what kind of movie it was. For it to bomb was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But his character in Baywatch, I was like, that guy could be Nightwing.
Yeah.
The way he played it, because he's, kind of cocky in the sense that he's good at everything kind of thing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of Nightwing in a nutshell. Not necessarily cocky, but kind of.
Yeah. I see it.
Like, if you didn't know him, you'd go, he's kind of cocky. If you knew him, you'd be like, that's just how he is. Mm-hmm. He's just fucking around, right? And in the sorority movies.
Yes.
Those three are where I was like, I could see him as Nightwing. Mm. But Wolverine...
Again, that Boss Logic one guy did a Zac Efron too. So I mean, visually you can see
visually,
what both of them
either
look
one, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at a ready-made superhero, it's Zac Efron.
Yeah, I mean, some people have said Scott Eastwood, but Scott Eastwood's like over 6 feet. So again, we're getting right back to the same Hugh Jackman problem.
The other thing is Scott Eastwood looks too much like Hugh Jackman for it to be any real.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, well, why not just get Hugh Jackman? Because if you do Scott Eastwood, do Scott Eastwood, and no offense to Scott Eastwood, then they're just going to do the same Wolverine. Yeah. Whereas with Radcliffe and Efron, you can do a little more of a different Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Kind of make him a little bit more lighthearted, or you can do other things with him.
Yeah.
And you'll at least have the rest of the comic book world going, finally they got his height right. Jesus.
Yeah.
At least he's a little bit closer to being 5'3". I'm like under 5.
They'll count, yeah.
5'3", you're like, on the one hand, it adds to the fact that this is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
But that's really hard to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get a guy who is 5'3" in proportion. You can't have a guy like Danny DeVito. No offense to Danny DeVito, but I mean, he's got a build to him that you can't have him be fighting guys much larger than him with claws coming out of his hands. And people going, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah,
So,
okay, all
yeah,
right.
so
We'll see what happens. We
that's
will
that.
just see what happens.
That's that, and that's that Camcast.
Is it that Camcast?
That Camcast.
Pew pew! There
See
you
you in Monster March.
You want to try that one again?
Monster March.
We'll
I was still mid-pew-pewing when I started saying that.
see you all in Monster March.
Way better. That's why you meant shit.
These pancakes are delicious.